So as I promised, I'm going to share with you the Instagram hashtag strategies that I use and implement to my clients. So if you want to know more about that, just keep on watching. So disclaimer lang ha, before I'm going to dive in with the strategies, I will let you know, hindi lahat ng mga post mo mag-go viral. Because the content that are going viral, there is something to that content na nagpa-viral sa kanila. Hindi lang because of the hashtag that they are using. Maraming factors talaga ang nakaka-affect if your content will go viral or not. So, isang factor nito is yung content value. Is it informative? Is it shareable? Is it entertaining? Is it touching someone's emotion? Or is it relatable to your target audience? So, depende yan. If hindi kayo nakahit sa mga points na yan, malabong mag-go viral yan. So, kadalasan, if it's informative or entertaining, is it touching someone's emotion, especially if nakaka-trigger siya na very happy yung content, or very sad, or very personal, very vulnerable to the writer or to the publisher ng account, yung mga ganun, yun kadalasan yung mga nagva-viral. And especially if nakarelate yung target audience. So that's one thing, the content value. The second thing is about the caption. Is your caption engaging enough? Is your caption very well laid out na ma-feel talaga ng mga audience nyo kung ano yung gustong i-express nyo na message? And the next one also is the graphics. Is the graphics good and catchy enough para pag nakita nila ang graphics, they will click it and see more para makita nila yung buong caption? And also, are you posting it ba sa peak hours mo and sa peak days mo? Kasi magmamatter din yung mga mag-i-engage. Kung for the first 3 hours ba ng pag-post mo, marami bang nag-engage or wala talagang nag-engage, walang nakakita, yung mga ganun, it will affect para maging viral ka. But there are also other factors din na hindi ko na ibabanggit kasi nag-iiba-iba yung algorithm ng Instagram, and ako hindi ko din alam, nag-a-adjust lang ako kung ano yung performance ng post, ng stories ko na ginagawa ko. The key here is to just try kung ano yung mag-work sa'yo, but I will just share mine. You can try it if you want. If it doesn't work for you, you can try other strategies as well. That's the key lang talaga. You just have to do a trial and error kung ano yung mag-work sa'yo at kung ano yung hindi mag-work sa'yo. These strategies also may vary to other coaches, but feel free to try the strategies that you think will work for you. And if not, just adjust it, try another strategy. Kasi ganun naman talaga eh. We can't foresee or hindi natin malalaman in advance kung ano yung changes sa algorithm ni Instagram. So, there's no other way out but just to do a trial and error. Kung nag-work, that's good. But if hindi nag-work, just adjust. Ganun lang yun. Okay, so the first question that I'm going to answer na always nyo ina-ask sa akin is what type of hashtags you are going to use for your Instagram hashtag strategy. So, ang ma-recommend ko lang, you will use the hashtags that most of your ideal clients are using. The second one is the hashtags for your products or for your service, and a branded hashtag. So, for example, ito yung gagawin nyo. If you are going to check kung ano yung hashtags na ginagamit ng ideal clients nyo, just at least open 10 Instagram profiles ng mga ideal clients nyo and check kung ano yung mga hashtags na ginagamit nila sa kanilang Instagram. And then, kunin mo yung mga common na ginagamit nila, put it on a spreadsheet, and later we will do something about that. And also, for the hashtag that what I have said na your service or your products, use 10 to 15 hashtags, or maybe 10 to 20 if you don't have a branded hashtag. But I would recommend you to use a branded hashtags, but I will explain that later. What is that? For example, you're a social media manager and you're talking about social media marketing. You just have to be more specific, like social media marketing tips or social media strategies. Yung mga ganong kind of hashtags na hindi super macro. And I will also talk more about the macro hashtags and the micro hashtags. The last thing that I have said to you is use a branded hashtag. Branded hashtag is that unique tag na gagamitin mo for your brand. For example, I use BossUpPH. So, most of my contents meron talagang tag na BossUpPH, meaning that's the tag that I'm always using. And some of you guys are also using that one, especially if you are featuring us, the BossUpPH. I'm going to click that one. Makikita ko lang yun kung sino yung gumagamit ng BossUpPH hashtag. And that's a branded hashtag. Yung unique hashtag na kayo lang yung gumagamit. Or for example, you have an event, tapos gagamit kayo ng unique hashtag na pang doon lang na event. So that's what we call branded hashtags. And yeah, I would highly recommend at least put 3 or 2 or 1 na mga branded hashtags. Basta we are allowed to put 30 hashtags sa isang post. You can maximize that one para makuha mo talaga yung full na kaya ng Instagram and ma-maximize mo and mas ma-optimize mo pa yung post mo, then do it. So the second thing that I'm going to share with you is that you should avoid using macro hashtags. I already mentioned this one earlier. Ito yung sinasabi ko na malalaki na yung users ng hashtags. Therefore, if you are going to type hashtag cute, ang dami nang gumagamit na hashtag na yun. Avoid using that if you have a small account. Huwag kayong gagamit ng super malalaki na mga hashtags kasi madali siyang matatabunan ng mga bago kasi maraming nang gumagamit at maraming napopost na using that kind of hashtags. If you're going to use that, makakakuha ka lang ng maraming likes from the bots. Maraming mafa-follow ng mga dami accounts and also we don't want that to happen kasi hindi naman yan sila mga targeted clients more, right? So that is good for vanity metrics, but it's just for temporary kasi hindi mo naman talaga sila prospect clients and we don't want to attract people or accounts na hindi naman natin ideal clients, right? Ideal customers. So, avoid using macro hashtags and be more specific on your hashtags. The third thing is that avoid using spam tags. Yung mga hashtag follow for follow, hashtag like for like, hashtag F for F, yung mga ganon. Avoid using that because just the same sa pag-use ng macro hashtags, it will just invite mga bots and mga dami accounts and accounts na hindi naman talaga interested sa content na i-share nyo sa kanila. So, wag yun. Nakakasira lang yan sa analytics natin. And we want followers, we want engagers that is real people, and that is really interested kung ano yung mai-offer natin sa kanila. So, for the fourth strategy that I'm going to share with you guys is the combination of the volumes of the hashtags, if that makes sense. If you're going to search ka sa the hashtags, makikita doon kung ilan yung mga nagamit ng hashtags na yan. So, yan yung ibig sabihin ko sa combination of hashtags. Ito yung kind of combinations na nag-work sa mga clients ko so far at yan yung ini-implement ko. And this is very controversial kasi iba't ibang coaches, iba-iba din yung mga suggestions nila na combinations of the hashtags that you are going to use. But this one works well sa mga clients ko. You can try kung ano yung talaga yung sweet combination for your clients or maybe for your own account. My main point lang here is that I'm avoiding using macro hashtags since most of my clients are yung mga kaka-start pa lang talaga. I'm just adjusting it. Kung hindi na naman nag-work, I will use another set of hashtags in a man, and so on. So the fifth strategy that I'm going to share with you is that make a set of hashtags based on the topics that your client is posting. So for example, how your client is a personal development coach. So maybe sometimes he or she is posting more on self-care. So another set of hashtags for self-care. And then some of the posts may talk about productivity. So another set of hashtags for productivity. Like for example, your client is an Instagram coach. So she or he will talk about the Instagram ads. Another set of hashtag yun. Maybe he or she will post about Instagram Reels and how to use it. Another set of hashtag yun. And every time you are going to reuse it, for example, Monday, it's about Instagram Reels. Tapos, the next Monday na naman, it's also about Instagram Reels na naman. You have to shuffle the hashtags. Shuffling the hashtags may help you para hindi kayo ma-shadow ban. Shadow ban meaning hindi kayo makikita sa lahat ng mga hashtags, yung mga ganun. So the sixth strategy that I'm going to share with you is the hashtag research. So now you already have the idea on what type or what kind of hashtags you are going to use. Now, nasa isip na natin, ano kayong mga hashtags na pwede? So, we can use a tool, the ingrammar.com. I will put a link below so that you can just click that. And basically, it will just generate the possible hashtags that you can use. And may count na din doon kung ilang users yung gumagamit. You just have to sign up. Just check out this demo here para mas mag-gets nyo yung sinasabi ko. Okay, so you are currently seeing my screen right now. But before, I'm going to dive in on how you are going to use ingrammar or grammar. I'm not sure how should I pronounce it, but I would like you to check out the link below so that you can download this simplified hashtag template that I have created for you. And you will just fill out this part here, volume size as well. This one, please don't do anything here because I've created a formula here para automatic na dito yung ika-copy nyo once you will use the hashtag. So for example, we will use the hashtag fitness girl, and then automatic pupunta dito hashtag fitness girl. So dito na yung part natin na ika-copy, and then of course the volume size. So yan yung mangyayari. Gagawin natin ngayon yan sa ingrammar. Here, sign up first because ilang gamit lang ata pag hindi naka-sign up. So I already signed up for this. I will just hit sign in, and then let's try. Be aware that the offer is currently valid and for 7-day trial lang siya. So make sure na within 7 days nakakuha na kayo or naka-generate na kayo ng lahat ng set of hashtags nyo para ma-maximize nyo yung free 7-day trial na ino-offer ni Ingrammar. So kung hindi naman or hindi na kayo nakaabot, you can also use this hashtag, allhashtag.com. For example, fitness, you just have to click generate. And then dito sa baba, you can copy the hashtags here. And of course, you have to manually check kung ilan yung gumagamit ng fitness, ilan yung gumagamit ng fitness motivation, and all. So here, what I like sa website nito is that, let's try, let's say, So basically, yan yung gagawin nyo. And make sure na meron kayong 5 to 50k, 50k to 100, 100k. Ito, ganyan. Tapos, avoid yung mag-use dito. Avoid nyo na lang tong ganito kalaki kung mababa pa lang yung account nyo, or you are having a small, or you are trying to grow a small account pa. So, mas maganda dito kayo. This one is for topic 1 or category 1. And then, i-copy niya lang siya for category 2. Of course, ibang ano na naman yun. Ibang set of tags na naman yun. So, I will just have to duplicate it. And then, topic 2. Sa sample ko kanina, it's about personal development. Siguro, meron siyang topic about self-care, productivity, mental health, mindset, yung mga ganun. So, it's good na so, yeah, for example, sure ka na gagamitin mo to. Ayan, copy natin to. Tapos, ilagay mo lang sa gilid. Dito, final hashtag to use. Tapos, paste, values only. Tapos, yeah, ayan, until mabuo mo yung 30, combination of all the sizes. Mahabang proseso, pero in this way, mas magiging organized ka with your hashtag strategy, and mas makikita mo kung ano yung mas mga mag-work na hashtags. So, I hope this helps. After generating all the sets of hashtags that you need per topic, now you have to check if the hashtags are banned or not. So, you can use ighashtags.com/banned. Para makita nyo, you can just paste there all the hashtags that you have, and then lalabas doon kung ano yung mga banned accounts, and please don't use that one. Actually, hindi siya mapopost yung hashtag. I've tried to use it, tapos hindi siya nagpo-post. We don't want that to happen. So just please check this demo para makita mo kung paano siya gamitin. Okay, so I'm going to teach you on how to use the IQ hashtag. So this is a hashtag checker. Makikita dito kung good ba yung hashtag mo or na-ban na siya. For example, we are just going to put hashtag here, enter hashtag, para makita niyo lang kung ano yung mangyayari, kung ban hashtag siya or kung good hashtag ba siya. So let's stick to our sample kanina na fitness. So let's put here fitness blog, and then check natin. So makikita nyo dito correct hashtags. You can use this one, fitness blog, but you cannot use the curvy girls because it's already banned. So don't use this hashtag anymore kasi malaki yung possibility na hindi makikita yung post mo sa ibang hashtags, and most likely as well hindi din mapopost yung hashtag mo pag may nasali ka na mga banned hashtags. So yeah, that's how easy it is. And then after checking if the hashtags are all good or natanggal mo na yung mga banned na hashtags, then now please do check the typos, kasi pag may namali dyan na spelling, then hindi din yan makakount, or hindi siya talaga targeted sa anong gusto mo na specific target traffic mo. And the fourth thing that you should remember, that every time you're going to reuse the hashtag, you can reshuffle using the hashtag shuffle.com, and I will also put the link down below, so you can just click it. Okay, so for this tool, it will shuffle your old hashtags na ginamit mo. So for example, we already copied na the 30 hashtags, and we will just have to paste it here. And then, click mo lang yung do shuffle. So, ito na yung bagong pagkakasunod-sunod ng mga hashtag mo. Just the same hashtags, magkaiba lang yung pagkasunod-sunod. So, dito for fitness blog, ayun, ang first na is fitness farm. So, yeah, ayun. And, ito na yung gagamitin mo sa susunod na post mo para na-shuffle na siya. And you can put the hashtags kasabay sa caption mo, or sa first comment. But for my clients, it depends kung mataas yung caption ko, sa first comment ko na lang siya ilagay. Pero kung hindi naman mataas at marami pang space, doon na lang sa caption ko sinasabay yung mga hashtags na ginagamit ko. I think just the difference lang yan is kung kaya ba ng characters kung isali mo pa yung mga hashtags sa caption mo. I think that lang yung difference. And yeah, if you have any more questions with regards to hashtag strategies, or maybe you have any recommendations kung ano yung mga apps na gagamitin and the likes, if you have strategies pa na hindi ko pa na-mention, please comment below. I would also love to hear that. And yeah, before I'm going to end this video, I would like to flex the works of my boss babes and bosses inside my group. Check this out. If you would like to join our Facebook group, just research I'm Ready to Boss Up by BritxSui, and don't forget to follow us on our Instagram account at BritxSui and at BossUpPH, and also don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, BossUpPH. And yeah, hope to see you guys on my next one. Bye!